Hello everyone and welcome to Pinnacle Reactions. And today we are here with our first video, Sabaton's Bismarck official music video. So this is a very interesting song with a very historical context. We'll give the historical context in between the video as well as at the end. But before we go, I would like you all to subscribe, hit the bell icon to stay notified, and also remember to hit the like button to stay notified with our present videos. So let's begin with the song. I'll try and skip as less as possible. I'll try not to stop the video in the middle, but if I do, I'll return it back to the point where we can get back to the flow. So let's begin. Oof, interesting. I'm already stopping it, I'm sorry, but the scenery looks really good. Really good. Anyways, let's begin.
Blew up the mighty battle cruiser Hood.
Again pausing, but blowing up the mighty battle cruiser Hood was the actual reason why Bismarck was sunk in the Battle of Denmark Strait. We'll talk about it at the end of the video. Fine, but we just gave the context. Let's continue.
Signal comes by wireless and has spotted the fleeing Bismarck.
Memorials of a lot of Bismarck things. This band must be related to Bismarck somehow.
So, did you find the boat?
The hum's getting on. Let's go. They're playing a fucking video on a boat. That is interesting. I've heard this song, but I have not watched its video. And this seems erratic because I too play music. I'm a guitarist, but seeing this, too much, man. Too much. Still, interesting till now. Let's see what it brings us more. Interesting. Too good, man. Too good, man. I have no things to say. Just keep listening.
From the mist, a ship is standing home, and the silence of the seas are about to drift into a storm.
Yes, this is it, man. This is the Bismarck. Oh my God, man. This is what we are all looking for, man. Let's go.
Sign of power, show of force. Raise the anchor, battleship running its course. Riding up a nation of beast made of steel. Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean. He was made to rule the waves across the seven seas.
Fine. I'm sorry. A wrong place to stop it. But very important. Let's go a few seconds behind. So, where should I go? Just around here. Fine. So as you can see, this was the actual condition in Denmark Strait. It was misty, and they took the help of this particular misty condition to move away from Great Britain into the convoy lines. Fine. So this was the actual situation, and Sabaton has actually reenacted this place very well. And if you want to know, many people have asked about this. The ships that you see here are remade or they're designed by World of Warships, the wargaming.net. You should check out the game World of Warships. That's a very good game to play. Also World of Warship Blitz if you are playing on mobile and iOS, Android iOS. But this video is not sponsored by any one of them. So anyways, no. So. Let's continue. I'm sorry, but let's continue. Now we'll not stop for about some time. Let's go. This is the Catalina as you're seeing, but the aircraft carrier which you saw, it is the Ark Royal, and that led to the doom of the ship. We'll again go about it in the later part of the video. I am hyped up. I'm hyped up. I have nothing to say, just keep watching. I'm sorry I'm stopping in between, but just keep watching. This guitar riff is the best in any metal song which I have heard, period. This metal riff cannot be equal to anything that I have heard or will ever hear in my life. This is fucking epic. Let's listen to it once again. I'm just stuttering. This is too good for me. First video, this is a blast. Let's go again. Fine. We will do it, people. We will do it. Let's do it again.
The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. At the bottom of the ocean, the depths of the abyss, they are bound by iron and blood.
This was epic. This was epic. Mind it, man. This is why I love Sabaton. This is why I fucking love Sabaton. Whew. Let's continue to the end of the video. Yeah, Battle of Atlantic. That is something quite painful. And that's something for another topic. We will go to a bit about it. But first of all, Sabaton-Bismarck. There's a reason why this song is known one of the best music videos of all times, because of its quality. The mixing, perfection. Joachim's voice, perfection. The guitar solo, perfection. The drums, perfection. Everything perfect. And just don't start on the idea of the video itself. Well, that is of a different league altogether. So all in all, Sabaton-Bismarck, completely worth watching. But then, there's no use watching a video if you do not know the backstory of this particular entire story, the backstory of the song. Well, you can watch it, of course, in the History channel. I'll put the link in the description. But let's go a bit in depth on the entire Bismarck story and just go through it in what, 5-6 minutes or 10 minutes maximum. So if you want to skip this part, you can read the video now. Thank you so much for being here just to watch the reaction of the Bismarck song. But if you want to know a bit of its history, well, you can stick on to the end of the video. Well, so if you're still here, thank you for being here, and let's talk on the Bismarck. So what happened was the biggest threat of Germany's plan of Sabaton. I am butchering the pronunciation, so if you're a German who's watching this, please correct me. But as much as I know, Sabaton, that is taking of living space for Aryans. It was the plan behind Hitler. So he invaded Poland, he invaded Russia for that matter, because he had this treaty signed with Stalin. So that meant that they would divide Poland into equal halves. Fine, but they attacked Russia, the Soviet Union, not Russia, Soviet Union. They attacked Poland. They even attacked France for that matter. But they hadn't taken on Britain, because Britain tried to stay a bit behind. Fine, because Britain could not resupply or restock itself as fast as French could or Russians could. But anyways, French lost to it, and we had the war of Great Britain. Now what was happening? That Britain was losing its capabilities to fight back on land and air. Yeah, that's my phone. Forget it. Sorry, really sorry. But let's continue. So the only thing which was keeping Britain alive was the alliance between United States of America, USA, and Great Britain. Fine. It had other navies. I'll talk about navies a bit later. But USA and Great Britain had a pact known as the Land-Lease Agreement or Land-Lease Program. Yes, Land-Lease Program, where USA decided to send some of its destroyers. I think the Clemson class of cruisers, of destroyers, a lot of them, about 10 to 15. I just forgot the class. I will just check it out a bit later, and I will tell you in the description or the comments. I'll put it. So they shared a few destroyers, but the most important thing was they're sending in supplies like food, ammunition, important metals, and most importantly, they were bringing in troops. Because if you might read a history a bit specifically, even before Pearl Harbor started, there was an infiltration. So many mosquitoes. Infiltration of, or actually you could say, infusion. Big words, English big words. Infusion of American troops into the British lines. And up till then, France had been taken over. The Vichy France was not supportive. The French Navy had been destroyed. But the strongest point, the strongest point of of Great Britain was Royal Navy, because it was the strongest navy in the world. Though America had a lot of ships, but it had a lot of strength, a very, very strong navy. And that was what the fear of Germany and Hitler was. So what they decided to do, even before the war began, 1937, 36, 37, what happened was Hitler decided to make two battle cruisers, okay, two battle cruisers and two battleships to counter the Queen Elizabeth, the King George V, and also the newly launched Duke of York class of battleships. I'm not sure if Duke of York was a class, but no, I can't remember. I'll see that. But Duke of York, the battleship Duke of York. So they planned to launch the Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, two cruisers, and two battleships, the Bismarck and Tirpitz. So Tirpitz, we'll talk about it completely differently. We'll go over its history at one point of time later. But Bismarck was launched before, and it was regarded to be one of the strongest battleships in service at the time. Fine. So Admiral Gunther Lütjens had just returned from a sortie from the Atlantic, raiding the convoy systems, the convoys which were coming from USA to UK. So he raided a few of those, and he returned back to France, where he stationed his battle cruisers, the battle cruiser squadron, that is Gneisenau and Scharnhorst, along with some smaller light cruisers and heavy cruisers, at France. And then he was called back to Germany to lead Operation Rheinburg. Rheinburg, yes. Operation Rheinburg, which was the plan to use two battleships, that is Tirpitz, Bismarck, two battle cruisers, the Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, and a lot of heavy cruisers, including the one chosen in this story, that's Prince Eugen, to go and attack the convoys which was coming from US to UK. Fine? Because U-boats were not being able to do the job. So what was the plan? Was that all these ships would go in a formation, attack Allied convoys, and return back to France. Okay? So what happened was, due to many bombing raids and for different reasons, such as bombing raids, incapability to join, and also not being commissioned, the Tirpitz, the Scharnhorst, and Gneisenau were unavailable, and many of the heavy cruisers were damaged by the constant bombing of the British. Thus, finally, under a lot of speculation and strains from the Navy, Hitler approved of the Operation Rheinburg with only 4 destroyers, which stayed till just till the time they crossed the German territorial waters, and then after that they had Prince Eugen and Bismarck alone. And this was something which Admiral Gunther Lütjens repeatedly went against, but it was under the pressure of the German Navy that they had to go. But basically the Kriegsmarine didn't want to lose the battleship, but Adolf Hitler actually pushed the Kriegsmarine to send its battleships on an Atlantic convoy raiding mission. So once they left, they moved on, but before they could even leave the safe harbor of Germany, they are spotted by spotter aircrafts, and their position sent back to the Admiralty at UK. And once that it was sent, even Denmark noticed it. It was noticed by aircrafts, aircrafts, like the Catalina, which we saw in the video, and they were sent to be intercepted by Duke of York, Cheshire, Norfolk. Cheshire was behind. Norfolk, Suffolk, the two light cruisers, two cruisers. I'll put it just two cruisers of the English or the Royal Navy. I'm just getting too nervous for the first video. I hope you all don't mind it. So Norfolk and Suffolk, two radar cruisers, were sent behind Bismarck, while HMS Hood, the pride of the British Navy, and Duke of York were sent. So HMS Hood was an old and aging ship, but it was still a very, very strong ship. The only ship which continued the legacy of Hood was the Vanguard, one of the last battleships to be commissioned into the Royal Navy and also in the world. So we're going to different strands because all of these are connected to what we have today. So finally, Hood was there, which was led by, I think, I forgot. I forgot too many points. It's making me a bit nervous. Well, anyways, the Hood attacked the Bismarck. The Bismarck attacked back. The Hood did hit Bismarck and punctured its fuel, one of the fuel tanks, making fuel fall out and salt water go in, and also caused a small damage in the fact that only even Bismarck shooting its own guns damaged its radar set. So it was basically blind. So in that scenario, what happened was, in that salvo exchanges, one of the salvos hit Hood in its mid-stern, and the entire ship broke into two parts and sank in less than 3 minutes, leaving only 3 persons alive. So this was one of the most humiliating and painful defeats of the Royal Navy in many, many years. And even Duke of York, its latest battleship, was injured. And Bismarck, not so much. But then, Admiral Gunther Lütjens knew the fact that when he sank the pride of the Royal Navy, there would be repercussions. And he decided to sail full speed back to France, so that he hoped that he would not cross paths with any other Royal Navy ships, and he could reach the cover area of the Luftwaffe, the air wing division of the German nation. So that's what they planned for, but unlucky for them, there was Group E, I think Squadron E, which had Ark Royal, which used a very, very old World War I aircraft known as Farish Swordfish. They were biplanes, but that was the advantage of this particular plane, because what happened, but Bismarck's guns had the particular elevation at which they could shoot. Below that, it could not shoot, as well as the velocity of its shells, the shell cartridges which were shot out from the anti-aircraft guns, they were faster than the speed of the plane itself. Thus, the plane flew lower, the plane could fly very close to the surface and also torpedo very easily. And thus, they torpedoed the Bismarck, and unluckily one torpedo hit its rudder, by which it was stuck at a particular angle, and the ship kept rotating until, I think, 7 battleships, 8 battle cruisers came in to attack that particular ship. And believe me, if you have read about it, the ship took more than 8 to 10 hours to sink. Remember, and the Bismarck was scuttled, it was not sunk. It took innumerable shell hits, innumerable torpedo hits. It had about 17 fires on deck, and below deck there were innumerable more, but there was not a single magazine detonation. I think there was one, but there was no major single detonation which doesn't break the ship, just like Hood happened to be. There was no major leakage of water. They had few compartments here and there, but the ship was nearly intact even after such a battering. And the reason Bismarck went down was the German crew didn't want the ship to be boarded by the British, because they knew if they could somehow board the ship, this ship would become the biggest threat to Germany. So they decided to scuttle this particular ship. And this ended the story of the Bismarck, which was one of the biggest battleships in the world and a marvel of engineering. Because you might say Germans were bad, Germans were good, British were good, British were bad, but being an engineer, and as a mechanical engineer myself, naval engineering makes me very interested. And the entire idea of Bismarck being so strong that it doesn't even sink at such capabilities makes to show that German engineering is one of the best in the world. And German battleships, be it Tirpitz, be it Bismarck, be it Scharnhorst, Gneisenau, with any of these ships, all these German ships are known to be massive, massive engineering marvels. Yes, you might say Bismarck was overshadowed by Yamato, But always remember, Yamato is a completely different league altogether, because of which Germans are planning to make the Großer Kurfürst, or I think Kurfürst was one of their chancellors? Forgot. They're planning to make Großer Kurfürst and Friedrich the Große class of battleships to counter Yamato. But anyways, that was a different league of ship. Bismarck in its time, 1941, 42, 40 to 42, this particular ship was an engineering marvel. And we lost it because of war. So that's what I would like to talk, that war is not something which you'd like to have. And it's important to understand that in a war, no one wins or loses. It's just that the entire world goes behind many, many years. Look at today's corona situation. The entire situation that this is a war with corona, and we're going back. Every year we have a lockdown, every time we have something going wrong. Look, I'm not saying lockdowns are not important, but we need to work on this. So people, remember to wear your mask. Use sanitizer. I also have sanitizers in my room. Sanitizers here every time. Yeah, sanitize your hands. Wear masks on your face. I don't have masks nearby. I'm in the hostels, so I don't have a mask. But wear a mask, sanitize your hand, keep it closed. And remember, do not repeat history again. Do not try and make war. Make peace, make love. Because war brings no happiness. Because we lost the engineering marvel like Bismarck. We lost the engineering marvel like Hood. So war brings no happiness. So with this, I would like to end today's video. Now it's time to talk about our channel as well as our gaming channel, Pinnacle Gamers Lounge. Let's talk of that for some time, and then we'll end today's video. So, Pinnacle Reactions is completely focused on making videos on historical videos, oversimplified, Sabaton, as well as other videos which are historical based. That doesn't mean we'll not react to other songs. We need your suggestions. So give it in the comments, whichever videos you'd like us to check. It might be musical videos, it might be some videos which you'd like us to react, 5 minutes crafts, Moskvas. You can send any videos and we will react to them the way you want us to. Fine. And about Pinnacle Gamers Lounge, this is our gaming channel, so you can check out our gaming content. We focus more on historical games again, like World of Warships, World of Warship Blitz, the mobile version, World of Tanks, World of Tank Blitz, but also we do some fun time games like Brawl Stars, so you can check out that as well. But we are in Pinnacle Reactions, so we talk about history. Before we go, as I said, hit the like button if you enjoyed, hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay notified. This is a long video of nearly 30 minutes. I hope you all enjoyed this video because it's important that you tell us how you feel. So please write down in the comments how you feel, what are your feelings on this particular video, and also comment if there's something which we need to work on, and give your opinions on whatever videos you want us to react. So with this, thank you for watching Pinnacle Reactions. Thanking you for your time and patience. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.